I was trying to. My dad doesn't know a whole lot of ball, especially the younger guys in the league, and I was trying to explain to him what we were playing against last night, and like going into it, like even multiple days prior, I'm like, it's not gonna look very good, Dad. Like, I don't know if you realize we're playing a running back that's better than Derrick Henry. And Derrick Henry, to my father, I mean, he's watched Derrick Henry for years now. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, that's the best guy.
Right.
Bijan truly showed why he is the best. And I hyped him up all week and he delivered. I will say, like, I'm kind of, now I'm glad my dad can see that now. Like,
right.
Oh, crap, yeah.
He's like, you know what? Maybe my son does know something.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the podcast, Field Goals and Forecast, presented by AfterThought Sports, now on WSBU 88.3 FM, The Buzz. I'm Ron Adio, alongside my good co-host, James Derrick, as always. And week six of the NFL has passed us, and a lot of upsets in this one. Pretty good week overall. All my fantasy teams, besides for one, won this week. James, are you still undefeated in your...
No, I took an L in the home league. Puka really didn't do what he had to do. But I got 150 dropped on me, so I'm fine with that. You don't win those.
In the AfterThought League, I took my first L as well. If it makes you feel any better,
I'm on the come up in the AfterThought League.
That is true.
I just beat Jack Haskell. Big performance by Drake London.
Big comeback from Drake London. But let's talk more about that game. The Buffalo Bills, they lose their second straight, so it could be worse for your fantasy team. You could lose two straight like the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
But you haven't, and I don't even know what to say about the Bills.
The Bills,
honestly.
they just...
Is this a Bills collapse, or do you give the Falcons their flowers?
You got to give the Falcons their flowers. I mean, especially first half, they pretty much just came out and did exactly what you would think they wanted to do. Coming off a bye, just so energized. Like, they said it was a physical game on the broadcast. I believe it. I'm sure it was a lot of the Falcons pushing Bills players around, doing whatever the hell they wanted to, because that's what it certainly watched like. But big thing for me that I'll say, because that game felt a lot way worse than it was, especially first half. With 11 minutes left in the second quarter, the Falcons go up 21-7. They only finished the game with 24 points.
Yeah.
From the 11-minute mark in the second quarter on, we allowed 3 points. And, I mean,
the defense did its job.
Josh Allen didn't get it done, which is the
Right.
first time I'm really saying that this year. Like,
did Josh Allen not get it done, or was the defense just blanketing everyone he could throw it to?
Well, that too. It's always a little bit of both. I think when you have an MVP caliber player,
it's really easy to point fingers.
But I think, the Falcons defense, I'll let you take it from here.
I mean, what else can I say? Jeff Ulbrich is a mastermind. Mastermind on defense.
He was cooking.
Interim head coach for the Jets last year. If that name sounds familiar. He's the defensive coordinator of the Falcons. He's new this year. Unbelievable schemes that he's throwing at the Bills. Throwing at the Bills this week. Number one pass defense in the league. Number one ranked defense as of right now. Up there with the Browns, which two teams that really just their defense is playing well, but I don't know. But they really limited Cook. They forced 2 interceptions, one of them being in garbage time, and the second one, or the first one, I guess, almost led to a touchdown from Drake London, which would have been unbelievable.
Bad Josh. Like, I literally was screaming at my TV, but it's okay. I forgive him after everything. So, I'm a weak Bills fan when it comes to that stuff.
I didn't do my research, but Josh Allen was sacked 4 times. I do not remember the last time Josh Allen was sacked that many times in a game.
Oh, man.
I don't think he's been sacked 4 times in at least 10 games. It's been a long time. At
the very least, like, I'm trying to think just who's had him on the ropes like that.
Yeah.
And it's hard to think of anybody. I think you're definitely going back to last year. You're going back to even early last year. I don't know. That's insane. They played so well against the Bills. The Bills O-line generally does their job, and they did. Yeah. But the Falcons came up with plays on crucial downs, which is the biggest part.
There's nothing they can do. I mean, there was a play at one point where I looked at the defense that we were throwing at Josh. He got sacked on the play. And I was like, wow, that is the greatest defensive play I've like visually seen, and been like, immediately recognized that. Like, they showed pressure on the line, showed the pressure on the right side, dropped it, and brought pressure from the left. And I think Josh got sacked by 3 guys in like 2 seconds. Like, not even 2 seconds, probably less than that.
Yeah, and then, I mean, when you start to get a quarterback on the ropes, that's when you see them kind of do some uncharacteristic things, like, you know, that flip that he had on a crucial 3rd down to Ty Johnson, which is usually a play that
it works most of the time.
It works. Like, we've all watched it a million times, but like, you know, those kinds of miscues. I will say the version of the Buffalo Bills that played the second half wins the game if it's a full effort, you know, full game effort, because it looked like we were able to establish James Cook.
You're getting like a Minnesota Vikings, like Atlanta Falcons game where it's really low scoring and like it's mostly defense. But honestly, that first half for the Falcons offensively, what more can you ask for? Literally, what more can you ask for? Bijan had 170 rush yards, 68 receiving yards, a touchdown, only 19 carries and 6 receptions. Cam Scatterbu is putting up 25 carries for like 50 yards.
It would take Cam Scatterbu like a couple of games to get to this.
He's playing an MVP level. Honestly, MVP level if they make the playoffs.
Yeah, I was trying to. My dad doesn't know a whole lot of ball, especially the younger guys in the league, and I was trying to explain to him what we were playing against last night. And like going into it, like even multiple days prior, I'm like, it's not going to look very good, Dad. Like, I don't know if you realize we're playing a running back that's better than Derrick Henry. And Derrick Henry, to my father, I mean, he's watched Derrick Henry for years now. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, that's the best guy.
Right.
Bijan truly showed why he is the best. And I hyped him up all week and he delivered. I will say, like, I'm kind of, you know, now I'm glad my dad can see that now. Like,
right. Oh, crap, You're like, you know what? Maybe my son does know something.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think I jokingly said on the show, like, he's going to drop 40. And he was really close to doing it.
It's very close.
And for a running back, it's just unbelievable. With only 1 touchdown. He only had 1 touchdown.
On the 80-yard scamper, yeah.
And if I would have told you last week, Falcons win the game, but only 1 wide receiver on the entire team gets a catch.
I mean, come on.
Drake London was the only receiver with a catch.
I mean, come on. Like, dude, I'm just saying, wide receivers only had like 12, 13 targets in that game. Yeah. My read wasn't that bad. I told you to not start Drake London because I figured it's a game where Bijan's going to get a lot of work. It was the right thought.
Yeah. But
it was just all Drake London.
Yeah, no Darnell Mooney, no Ray McLeod on a weird little sit that he's doing. I'm not really sure what's up with that, but they don't care. They threw it to Casey Washington a couple of times and then said,
No, there's like
throw it to our 6'4", 215 wide receiver. Who cares?
Like, leave it to the Falcons to finally lock in against the Bills. Like, I remember it was like a 3rd down. They targeted Penix threw a slant to Casey Washington. Crap, I forgot who was on the game, but they're like, oh, he's got to hit Drake London right there, you know, and it's, well, he heard him and did that for like the rest of the game.
And the Bills had like 4 opportunities to intercept it and then just didn't. But is this a defensive struggle for the Bills? Like, would you even call it that?
I think it's opened our eyes to what are obvious weak points. Yeah. And with a team like the Falcons, like Penix he's capable of missing throws. I think we were throwing really all we could at the run in the second half. And Penix missed some throws, you know, some 3rd downs. He makes the wrong play, throws to Casey Washington instead of Drake London. And we're able to, you know, make our way back into that game against a team like the Ravens, you know, a quarterback that can competently make, you know, I'm not saying Penix is competent. He's great. He's played great.
Very middle of the pack right now. Yeah.
Yeah. But he's getting there. When you play a team that can throw the ball as well as they can run it, I think that like we're going to just get stretched, you know, to infinity at that point. And it opened our eyes to the fact that, okay, we can't just sell out against the run every game. We got to address problems with the run.
Would you say the defense or the offense played worse? I mean, we haven't even really talked about the offensive struggles.
I mean, the offense had played worse just because of what the Falcons did to them. Yeah.
Cook had 17 carries for 87 yards. Josh was 15 of 26, 180 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. We already mentioned that. A lot of injuries. Josh Palmer got injured, but he still was the leading receiver.
I think he was on his way to a great game, bro. He was
2 receptions for 60 yards. And on that very first play, they dropped like a 40-yard bomb. Mm-hmm. And that was the first time that I saw the Bills throw downfield all season. So.
Especially to Josh Palmer. Yeah. And then, again, I forgot who was on the game last night. The color guy, he's like, yeah, they finally said in practice this week, they want to get Josh Palmer some targets. It's like, looks like it was about to work great.
Yeah. And then it wasn't even like a bad tackle or anything. He just kind of landed on his leg wrong. Yeah. But
you just knew watching that he was going to be hurt.
Yeah. And the list of injuries go on and on. No Milano, no Samuel, no Kincaid. That's the biggest one, I would say. I mean, Milano is very big, but Kincaid, number 1 target for the Bills. No Daquan Jones, no Terrell Bernard, and then no Josh Palmer. Of course, no Max Harrison, but he still hasn't even played this year. So I don't know what the big deal about the Will Johnson thing was, but I won't get into it, I suppose.
We could have drafted like anyone.
Won't get into it.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
But yeah, the offense struggled kind of due to penalties and injuries, I was going to say. But the defense, without Matt Milano, I think if Matt Milano's in this game, it looks a lot different. I mean, obviously, number 1 run stopper on the team. Just able to get downhill so fast. Terrell Bernard did all he could, but he was kind of getting torched out there too.
And nothing against... was it Dorian Williams that let that pick go? I mean, not let that.
I think
pick
it was
go
Shaq
through his
Thompson,
hand. Or was it Thompson? Yeah. Regardless, I'm not sure if that's exactly where Milano is on that particular play. I didn't look at the formation necessarily, but you have to imagine if Milano's at least playing, that moves everyone down a spot.
Yeah,
and you don't have Shaq Thompson trying to pick Penix off.
He's a good run stopper.
He actually has played pretty.
He's pretty
solid.
Yeah, he was great on the Panthers.
I'll never actually fault him for the ball slipping through his hands. He's not a wide receiver. But that would have been so big. That would have been nice.
That might have even been a pick 6, if I'm being completely honest.
I mean, with
that's the kind of throws Penix makes where I'm like, what are you doing?
Well, that's what I'm thinking this entire game is we're down, but we're 1 pick away. We're 1 fumble away, which, I mean, we did have a fumble, but first play of the game, got that called back.
Yeah. That was goofy too.
That was so weird. I was
shot out.
No one was ready for that.
Random other stats, I guess. Falcons had more time of possession, less penalties, more yards, more passing yards and rushing yards, and yards per play. Yeah, I mean, dominance on both sides, really. But I guess what do the Bills need to do during this upcoming bye week, before they play the Panthers, which, come on. But
yeah, we're about to play the Panthers, who have
they're surprising.
Been killing it recently. They know that you are familiar with getting killed by the Panthers. So.
What a random game. Falcons could so easily be 5-0.
Yeah. The Falcons are not, you can't mess with them, and you can't mess with the Panthers either, I guess. But I would say, this isn't bye week specific. However, for me, this is kind of just looking at trade deadline, what needs to be done. I wouldn't hate some safety help.
Yeah.
Instead of Cole Bishop trying to get his little arms around Bijan as he scampers away for 80 yards, maybe like a Kevin Byard. He's old, but I think still better than Cole Bishop.
Free agent safety, honestly. I mean, sure, Jordan Poyer's cool. I'm glad to have him back, but he's not that good. DeMar is just not that good. Taylor Rapp is the only good safety we have, and he's just good. 80 overall Madden. Good.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. You know what I will say? I know, it's Hoyt, right?
Yes.
He comes back next week.
That is true.
Is eligible to return next week.
And Ogunjobi, if I said that right.
Yeah, I will say, will have an impact on the Bills' defense.
I never even thought about that. Yeah, that is big.
And I'd like to see how the whole defensive experience is with that lineup out there. However, I think we still do need some defensive line help. This is something the Bills could do, I think, not so easily.
Yeah.
But for a casual fan, I think they so easily do this. Get Demario Davis. He's on the New Orleans Saints. He's 36. I know he's not making that much money, but he's great against the run. I don't care. There's a lot of times where it's obvious you got to defend a run. All right. Trade for him. I don't know. Get some bodies. Like people that you can just throw in there. I don't care. Like, where's Calais Campbell at? I'm sure he can still stop the run.
Cardinals. Yeah. He's actually very, very good on the Cardinals.
I know. He's definitely making league minimum too for a veteran too. So like those kinds of guys, I don't care if you have to, God forbid you trade a like late round pick.
Right.
Man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think those are things we got to address.
But I guess, are the Bills a legit contender right now? I mean, they beat the Ravens. Yeah, they beat Miami. They beat the Jets and they beat the Saints. I don't even think you can name 4 worse teams in the league. Maybe the Titans.
Yeah. But that's kind of anybody in the AFC East at this point in time, besides playing each other. Man, I think we're still contenders as long as we got Josh Allen. I'll never lose faith in him. I think if he just has a better game against the Falcons, or at least a slightly better game, then, you could say maybe we still win that. Obviously, props to the defense. We're obviously still contenders in my eyes. Defense. We have Josh Allen.
Yeah, I feel like that's fair enough to say. Heading into the bye week, what changes do you want to see be made, if anything?
I don't think anything needs to happen right away. Just get Cole Bishop in the weight room. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I mean, hey.
No, that's fair enough to say.
I hate being too critical of
a young player.
Of a young player. He's still got a lot to learn, but
he'd be a great backup. Kind of just
at this point in his career.
Yeah, he'd be a great backup right now.
I'm sure he has a lot of potential.
Also, the Bills played way too much zone, but I really won't get into that. Just only zone. And I mean, like, I understand.
We hold when we play man.
Yeah.
Because we can't really, it's just the foul. Like, you guys finally played how you're supposed to. Yeah. You have so many weapons on the offense. Like, and, you got enough playmakers on the defense now. I just think you guys finally are playing how you should.
And frankly, it sucks because you lose that game to the Panthers. That's huge.
Yeah.
And then you dropped the one to the Bucks, but it was close. And now you're staring at, okay, the NFC is really tough. We either have to win our division or get really close to a wild card. It might just be tough to make the playoffs. That's
unfortunately for you guys, because you guys got a squad. Yeah, I will say, and I think
you throw the Falcons in the AFC.
Yeah,
clear.
Yeah,
yeah. I don't know, but let's move into our